Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. How are we all doing? I've just been saying my welcomes, realising my microphone is muted. What an absolute genius. Good morning, good mornings. How are we all doing, chat? Look, this is just epic cuteness on a level that is borderline illegal. She's actually chilling. She should be. It might only be 10 o'clock, but she's been up since 6 a.m. this morning. This dog, oh my god. She's the cutest thing that has ever existed in my life. But boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. I wish she had a regular wake-up time. How are you all doing though, chat? Hope you had a good weekend. It's Monday again. Monday seems to turn up more frequently than it ever used to, I swear. But we get some coffee in as first thing. And today, I think the main thing is I've spotted. Now, do we have another elemental lariat? It's not an elemental lariat situation. Let's be clear. But the leatherworking mount recipe is stupid money, like genuinely stupid money. Look at this thing. Oh, this isn't even showing. If I show you on the auction, this thing is stupid money. Now, there's not many orders out there for it right now, but surely it can't be that difficult to get. Is it just a case of that not enough people have been doing the rituals yet? But when you look at the price of this thing...
Let's make sweet profit together.
Rope links harness, 750k. Are you mad? This thing is outrageous. Mr. Nobby, welcome in. Thank you very much for the 20 months this morning. Good morning to you. Good to see you, my friend. This thing, I was expecting there to be loads of these because I was expecting loads of people to be running loads of rituals, but is that just not happening? Or is this thing, like, really flipping rare to get? I don't know. But my suspicion is that it comes from the end box very rarely. But I don't even know if you need to be a leatherworker to get this. It kind of threw me that this could even be put on the auction house, because I'm not really convinced it was meant to be put in the auction house. Because the mount is bind on pickup, so I kind of half expected the recipe to be as well. But getting our hands on one of these would be kind of fun. I wouldn't mind one of those recipes. And if it's going to be this sort of value, it might not be a terrible idea to farm it up ourselves. Because buying one of these, or having one of these in my unlearnt list of recipes. Now, there comes a point during most expansions where I will, you know, buy a bunch of the recipes I'm missing. But I don't really want things this expensive on that list. And a mount, you know, a recipe for a mount has always got to be good business, right? Always got to be at least reasonable business. I don't know how many... I mean, this is just a public order that's just casually chilling, sat there, right? I at least need to try and find my own Broken Link's leash. It would be nice to get the... nice to get the mount crafted, even if it's only for myself. So this is what I think we're going to work on today. We're going to try and figure this out in a bit more detail and see if we can either get the recipe or we can get the leash or whatever. I have already done a whole bunch of rituals. So we are 269 giggity in our vault for the week. So Wednesday we'll have a nice juicy 4 out of 6 piece of hero gear to pick up. And regarding the rituals, I think, what am I, renowned 6? I wonder if the recipe comes from these revered treasures, you know, a renowned 7. Or whether they come from the end of completion, I don't know. We can ask Wowhead, can't we? What's Wowhead got to say on this situation? Do some research. Oh yeah, we should talk about the Undermine exchange. Maybe we'll do that later. The Undermine Exchange has added a paywall, a Patreon paywall, to some of its functionality, which doesn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form. And in fact, I'm amazed it's taken Aurorus this long to do it. But yeah, I've seen a few people question this. What's the name of the thing? Link's harness or something. Rope Link's harness. Requires midnight leatherworking 90. Jesus. Comments 1. That's not going to be super. Oh, hello. Looted it today. Tier 5 8 challenges on the end box at Renown 8. Also, tailoring. Oh, as a tailor and an engineer. Oh, so you don't even need to be a leatherworker to do it. Spamming tier 5s with 4 challenges at Renown 8, no drops. Switched to 8 after reading this post, got it first run. Also died a lot, so for anybody going in a bit undergeared for 8 challenges, don't worry, you'll still get it. Jewel crafting enchanting. I finished a tier 5 with all challenges at max renown, no pattern or harness. Update, did another one, got the harness but no pattern. Renown 8, tier 5, all challenges, about 15 runs so far, no drops. Okay, there's either the people who rush off to Wowhead to share information are people that have just maybe got very lucky very quickly. But maybe it's an indication that anybody can get it. Now, if anybody can get it and it's still a flipping 700k, it's probably quite rare, isn't it? Now, can I do... What do we think the odds are of me being able to do a 8 challenge tier 5 run? That feels unlikely, doesn't it? Let's be honest. That feels kind of unlikely. Let's go and have a look. Go and have a look. How we doing, A1? Welcome in. Good morning. I was blasting a few of these to get my renown up the other day and to get my vault progress done. And I can do tier 5s with 4 challenges, like 15 minutes. Because actually, you can basically ignore most of the mobs in the zone. You only really need to kill all of the mobs in the zone if you're trying to maximize your spoils. But actually, you can maximize your spoils more efficiently by not killing things. It's another one of those weird scenarios where not killing things is the optimum way to get the rewards from killing things, I think. And I settled on these 4 challenges as the optimal ones for me. They give the least level of additional annoyance. Because for a 5 tier, you have to have at least 4 activated. And I think I could complete this in about 15 minutes. It gets about 1,000 rep. About 75 accolades. And of course, the reason I was doing this predominantly was for vault progress, but that's like done now. Maybe we do a couple more runs. Does appear that having renown 8 might be a requirement to get this pattern to drop. So maybe we need to do a few more runs. But we might do a couple and then see how we feel doing an 8 challenge run. See if we got the skills. The fact there's no timer though does mean as long as the bosses do die, and we don't, you know, it's a slow and steady wins the race, even if we're not geared enough to do it properly. kind of feel like a, you know, super duper mega OP tank would probably have more success with this, but fortunately, as long as my pigeons don't die, it should be alright. We grab this without aggroing stuff. No, apparently not. Shit. Oh, wait, what? Hello? I was being mind controlled. These rituals are interesting because they're a real combination of delves and what are they called, visions. But I must admit, the lack of timer makes them feel so much more manageable to me personally. Lack of timer definitely helps. I mean, I know that was a bit of the skill gap of the visions, but... And it was an original feature, so it made sense they brought it back. But, I don't know. I'm not always a fan of being on the clock for doing this sort of stuff. But yeah, I basically just avoid all of the trash. Just do my absolute best to avoid all of the trash. Just kill the bosses. Just kill the bosses. You've got, what, like 6, haven't you? Because you've got the 3 captains, the 3 void creatures, 6, and then the main boss dude. So, you know, 7 big bosses. Couple of minutes apiece. We add bigger and better DPS, or more survivability, or all of the above. Be a bit faster, but this is pretty smooth. From here, I like to go across and kill these 2 Stormcallers before the jellyfish gets spawned. Because otherwise, it's very easy to accidentally have to deal with all 3 of these at the same time. Which, when you're a little bit undergeared, is not quite so fun. Oh my god, don't stand in the goat. These little green health blobs, though, I think it was it Renown 5? That these things became so much more powerful. They're now actually kind of useful. They have kind of made this so that it does kind of, with the renown is quite impactful, I've found so far. Every bonus renown level gives you something that does actually make it easier. So the renown isn't purely cosmetic in this mode. Which is why I think grinding it to renown 8 relatively quickly is probably a play. We want to get this harness recipe. But you know, at least the reagent needed for the mount, even if we don't get the recipe to craft it ourselves. There's meant to be two shrines activated somewhere. I haven't seen them yet. Meant to give you a couple of buffs. Now, weirdly, the most annoying pull in this is actually this dude, because he's got an annoying dot that he puts on me. Plus his doges tend to hurt. kill the doges first, whilst not dying. Which, as we know, is always my speciality, not dying. What I'm clearly best at. Oh, yeah, there we go. See. Oh, well, there's one of the shrines, actually. Alright, we'll do this in a bit of a weird order, then. Do it in a weird order. Kill the rare, we'll kill the rare. I don't know if there's too much value in killing this rare, if I'm honest, but... yeah, see, one of these green blob things does, like, so much healing now. Like, 126k heal. Here's one of our shrines. What's this going to give us? Movement speed. Not the most useful, but we will take it. Where's the other rare? Where's the other pigeon at? Hello? There he is. I'm gonna loop around. Got him. I can tell the caffeine's kicked in. My brain is still slow this morning. Yeah, these 4 challenge affixes are very, very passive, which makes doing the tier 5 runs kind of quite quick and easy. Because I'm almost basically not thinking about any of the challenges. When we kill 25 mobs, like 1 extra mob spawns, whoop-de-doo. It's no biggie. The big dude that turns up just needs interrupting. I just throw a frost trap on him, GG. This dude. He goes away. And then the green vines underneath us, we just have to move out the way of as well. Considering we're playing a hunter who doesn't really worry too much about moving places. These are quite unimpactful for us, really. I haven't tried doing this in a group, though. I don't know if it scales kind of like delves do. I know delves are kind of like... actually, like, negative optimal to run in groups more often than not. The health scaling is, like, outpaces what the extra DPS of the group brings. I do need to go back and kill this dude over here, don't I? I will do that before we forget. Kill his doge first. And kill the big dude. Okay, we got, well, bonus dog. 2 more. Okay, there's one over here, one over here. We got the jellyfish, then the boss. Yeah, like a good 80-90% of all the mobs in here you can just flat out ignore. I don't know whether the pathing in this was sort of designed deliberately in that way, but it does feel as if you can basically ignore most of the zone. Just go kill the bosses, and it's like, that'll do. Sometimes sneak a cheeky bonus spoils cash. Since the rep gain is kind of based on the scales. Oh, here's another shrine, look. What we get from this one. Movement speed wasn't particularly useful from the other one. Crit chance by 10%, that'll do. Oh, here's the bonus mob. Oh, and that didn't work. And that's off cooldown. Okay, we'll have to stun you instead. I missed with me stupid frost trap then. Don't usually do that. We aggro that dude in the back. Did now. Yeah, these silly little mistakes is what's going to make a challenge run more difficult, isn't it? Need to not do the silly mistakes. Run through here. Hop across the water. It'd be cool if we can get this recipe, though. That's going to be a nice steady earner every day with our public order. Because I think the harness might end up being a bit of a... If the recipe ends up being this ridiculously expensive, there probably won't be that many people that will end up with it. Although I do kind of half think it's just because this game mode is very early. And there's literally nobody out there yet that's farmed it enough to really get the recipe. Time might fix this problem quite heavily. We do, Mr. Norton, welcome in. Yeah, the leatherworking mount, or the recipe for it, is like stupid expensive. So trying to grab one would be a nice little earner if we can. Although there's a good chance I'd probably, I don't know, I'd consider probably learning the recipe myself if we get one. The 40 stream streak. Oh man, thank you. It does amaze me, some of you are here more often than I am. The ads this jellyfish spawns are annoying. But I've figured out if you just stand close enough to the boss, my pets kind of like cleave them down. They're annoying ads, but they have like basically no health. So Pet Cleave usually gets the job done nicely. Oh, what are you doing? Go away. Right, boss time. Bossy boy.
Who dares interrupt me? Foolish creatures! Trident strike true! Trident strike true!
Stand far away from those ones. Ball's going to be quite strong. Oh, there's an ad back here. There is. Let's be careful of that.
Strike, you dead!
And down he goes. Beautiful. 970 final score. Is that going to be good for 1,000 rep? 969 rep, giggity. 96 accolades, 300 void light. Flipping Wowhead turns around and tells everybody this is an incredible void light marl farm. I'm like, Jesus, lads. Don't give the game away. Okay. Couple more. Everything okay? You don't usually stream this early? I was up early. And once we make the coffee, it's time to turn the stream on, so... Should we call the... I was like, it was an hour... I started the stream an hour early. I mean, I suppose it is a Monday, isn't it? But... if we turn on these 4 extra challenges, how extra annoying are they going to be? Enemies at the site are using dark obelisks to empower their forces. Disable these or face their malevolent boon. So this is either we have to kill more ads to disable... We have to kill more ads, or they just have more health and hit harder. Additional forces were brought in to protect the site. This is just more mobs that we just need to straight up, you know, ignore or try and avoid. Powerful patrols. Once again, if you can just avoid them, avoid them. Embers of power can be found empowering nearby enemies and their leaders. I don't think 8 mask... I don't think an 8 challenge run is going to be that terrible. Because a lot of it you just avoid. Let's try. Let's see. Getting to 40 mils way harder. Still sat on 38.2. Oh, you'll get there. You'll get there. Consistency is what wins in this game. And you seem to be relatively consistent with your crafting and posting now, so you'll be fine. Now, are you being buffed? You are being buffed. So you've got health and damage by 15% and the ability to cast abyssal power. Well, let's just see how we can fare with her having a damage boost. Let's see how much we care about that. If we care about it. It'd be nice to be able to not have to kill all of the ads around these. Oh, there's a friend. She's about to aggro all of the friends, isn't she? Yeah, there she goes. She's aggroed all the friends. This is kind of what we were trying to avoid. I don't know what these blobs do. This is a new mechanic. Pet to pet things, please. Okay. Does mean we might have to consider... Oh, one of the shrines is here as well. Doesn't mean we might have to consider doing some of the... Oh, the obelisk thing disappeared after I killed the boss anyway. What do we get? Burst by 10. Well, do more damage, take less damage. We can live with that. I'm not trying to break anybody's streaks. It's a lie. Right, we could either try and power through, or we could sneak around the edge. We'll go the sneaky route. Sneak around this way, don't mind if I do. Bonus chests, don't mind if I do. I don't know what the embers of power are. Maybe we just ignore them until find out what they are. Oh shit, did I miss? What's going on here? I did. Head over this way. Oh, there is some bonus friends here now, apparently. Next thing we know, we'll be doing bonus streams late in the evening. Would I ever? Would I ever? How are you doing, Chris? Welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Pat, hello? That's easy enough. Right, this is the dude that's going to be annoying. Because he's annoying with only 4 challenges up. With all 8 challenges up, this dude could be extra annoying. I mean, I don't really care about the spoils, so I don't really mind if we die. I might just try and zerg it all the same. I wonder how fast tanks can speedrun this. I think tanks are having an absolute field day in this mode, to be honest. I think tanks have got it real easy in this mode. dead. Deaded me. As I said, I don't really mind a few deaths, to be honest. Because ultimately, if we're just here to try and get the recipe from the final boss, then I don't really care if I die a few times to get there. Take this thing out. It's empowering our friend over there. Take you out, because otherwise you'll be in my way. I think this poison tip spear mechanic is a deliberate anti-ranged ability, because as soon as I get close he seems to stop doing it. And maybe with the other dude as well, I just need to like hug him. Because this little splash AoE seems to be far less impactful than the poison tipped spear, because that thing stings. Maybe we just stay close to him. I don't think we aggro the birdie unless we want to aggro the birdie. Fine. What's this force field thing he's doing? Empowers friendly creatures within 20 yards, increasing their damage done. That's a mechanic he didn't have last time. Get that booch out the way nice and fast. You get interrupted. Then stand close enough to him so he stops throwing spears at me. I should probably spec into Trank Shot for this, because I reckon this this buff he puts on himself can probably be tranked off. Or just face it and don't worry about it. Seems to also be the play. Okay. Slow and steady. You out. You out. Oh, that's going to pull the boss as well. Wasn't the plan. You're going to be stupid. Oh, wait, you're still stupid. Missed with me frost trap. Shadow Spears is the one I want to interrupt, and I can't interrupt it because I use me interrupt on the other dude. Not enough buttons. Okay, well, he still went down nice and quick. Let's skirt round the edge. Ignore most of the fun. This pull can get real spicy real fast, so we're going to take you out the way first, because I know for a fact I'm going to accidentally aggro you in a second anyway. Get you gone. Probably do the same with these bonus mobs. Get you gone. You stop being a dick. Five minutes with 3 affixes at tier 5 with my 260 prop paladin in healing gear. I bet it gets even faster with proper gear. Yeah, I found that a 4 challenge run. So the default tier 5 4 challenges, it's basically 15 minutes for me to run it. Now, a tank obviously can pull more, but probably may or may not do as much damage. I'm not even sure how much damage tanks are doing at the moment, to be honest. Yeah, this is what I thought might go wrong with this, that we pull a bunch of bonuses. Oh, and something really hurt there. What the hell really hurt there? Dissonant realities. What the fucking hell was this? 100k damage to all enemies within 100 yards. Okay, there was definitely something we needed to pay attention to there. Whoops. Oh, we start right next door. Well, that's convenient. Since we're here, we can casually take this out at least. Oh, we're only 1 kill away from a bonus mob as well. Yeah, there's a very, very strong chance that tanks are just going to be able to pull the entire thing and YOLO it and not really care at all. Would be my suspicion. Okay, we're going to have more ads here than I was hoping for. Come on, back over this way. Back over this way, please. It's safer over here. Not standing that. Prop Paladin with their Avenger's Shield for the interrupts. Yeah. That sounds like it could be pretty juicy. It's not true for the tanks, there's too many other things going on to mass pull. I guess. But there doesn't seem to be anything that's like overly lethal. It's more about just avoiding things. And tank obviously has the advantage of that it can face tank a few things even if it doesn't avoid properly. Although this is going to get sketchy now because I didn't really want to pull this big dude at the same time. Should have taken the ad out first. I'll drop a... There we go, green blob. That's what I wanted. Oh, we've pulled a kelp, I didn't even realise. Yo, these green balls though, they heal you for so much by the... I think it's Renown 5, might be Renown 6. Whichever renown it is that increases the potency of those, that makes so much difference. Right. Jellyfish time. The jellyfish being empowered by something. Matthew Stream doesn't have a treat button. No, I'm too fat. I eat treats without being incentivized. That's my problem. I don't need an incentive to eat a treat. I'm going to eat it anyway. I swear I frost trapped him. Apparently I didn't. Oh, snap. What the fuck happened there? This dissonant reality's got me again. Oh, it's put me all the way back over here. This couldn't be further from Jellyfish Town if I tried. Okay, we're going to have to take the scenic route here. Oh, no, 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 no. I like the power dynamic. That people can feed you on demand. There's something about that for sure. Went all in for collectors this patch. So many IDs to collect. Well, everybody's forced to collect the sets for everything, aren't they, in a way? Because you have to flip in Gamba Gamba on the... You have to Gamba Gamba on the boxes. You can't just say, I want the cloth set, give me the cloth set, for example. So yeah, if you're going for maximum collections, I can see there being a lot to do. Take this thing out. Maybe take a few of these ads out before we take the jellyfish. The jellyfish is being empowered by that thing up there as well. I was trying to not have to take out all of these pillars before doing the things, but for the purpose of just a safe and smooth run, maybe it is easier. Do things a little bit out of order. Much like killing you. Is it this who was it that's doing that flipping humongous blast that nukes me every time? Haven't worked that out yet. Splintering Ray. Dog's fishing in the water bowl again. Amlams, what are you doing? What are you going fishing for? See, this is why I try and avoid as much of the trash. You pull one and then you accidentally pull 12 more. feels much more comfortable to just basically ignore all of the trash. I'm not a fan of trash skips in like legit dungeons, but that's because there's usually 4 other people that I'm relying on skipping the trash. In a solo adventure like this, it's only on me, isn't it? So, right, there we go. That thing's down. Oh, is he being empowered by both of these? He probably is, isn't he? Cheeky, cheeky. Right. Is the jellyfish still being empowered? No, he's not. Right, now we can actually just pew-pew the jellyfish then. It'd be relatively free just to kill him now. I can see these rituals, you know, being a... This is clearly the evolution of visions. It's obviously a bit of a... You know, it's a bit of a bastard child of visions and delves in the first place. But I can definitely see this being a game mode that Blizzard might consider adding more of in a more permanent fashion. Just depends what the perception of it is going to be like. Because I don't think too many people have really cared about this. Now that could be because it's dropped in a kind of like a mid-tier patch, not a major patch, but we'll have to see. Great for the crest. Catch up. Yeah, as a catch up mechanic, they seem to be alright. But I think just the game mode itself is, you know, you can do it in a group, but it's actually clearly designed to be done solo by the looks of things. And I prefer it that way around. I prefer it that way around than it being something that's clearly designed to be done in a group content, but they, you know, hamstring, you know, some of the mobs to make it something that you can also do solo. I much prefer it being designed for solo first, and then, well, you can bring 4 mates if you want. There's plenty enough endgame stuff that is group only, so I think for the stuff where it's optional, I tend to think it should be designed for solo first. And then, yeah, sure, just ramp up the damage if you want to bring some mates. Anything that allows you to avoid queuing in the gotta be meta to get into the M+ crowd is welcome. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go into this rant, but my opinions on Mythic Plus for many years has basically been not overly positive. It's competitive enough that it causes some people to do very, well, I mean very gamer things. Right, so this 8 challenge run was more than comfortable to do. Not actually that much more difficult than doing it on just 4 challenges, to be honest. It's not any more lucrative doing it this way, I don't think. Other than I'm just hoping that doing it with 8 challenges is either an increase or a requirement to unlock the pattern and the mount. Whether we get the leash to make our mount ourselves, or whether we get the recipe to craft it for ourselves and for others, I don't mind. Either or would be nice.
Tried and strike true.
Boom!
Shouldn't take me.
Got a few achievements out of that and all. 3 achievements. Ritual Sites Extreme, Dagger Spine Point, Ritual Sites Rogue, and Ember Still Burning. 3 achievements off that run. Sure. Ember Still Burning. Disrupt any ritual site on tier 5 with the Embers challenge present with at least 1 Ember still active. Oh, I didn't do anything about any of the Embers. I left all 4 of them active. I didn't even know they were a thing. Sure. Disrupt the Daggerspine Point ritual site while at least 8 challenges are present on tier 5 whilst not in a party. Oh, is there an achievement for doing this in a group as well? There must be. Disrupt Daggerspine Point ritual site while at least 8 challenges are present on tier 5. Oh, so that's the just do a 8 challenge run on tier 5. And then there's an achievement for doing it solo, and there's probably another achievement for doing it in a party, is there? Right, sure. One with this content is if you wait 8 weeks, you get better gear. Well, this is, I mean, unfortunately, that is, yeah, just the nature of MMOs, isn't it? That you either do it when it's brand new and you do the grind and you get the advantage of having the better gear for longer, or you wait and the gear just becomes free. And ultimately, the longer you wait, the freer the gear becomes. Reach Renown 8. Broken Throne is next week's one. Neighborhood Ritual Watch. Disrupt at least a tier 4 with 3 or more party members. Disrupt a tier 4 with at least 8 challenges with 3 or more party members. Oh, do we want to bang this out? Anybody in a couple of people in chat want to bang this out? Apparently we need to do it with a party of 3 or more. Disrupt any ritual site on tier 5 with the Malevolent Boons challenge present without destroying any dark obelisks. Oh, I did take down some of the dark obelisks. Okay, let's complete this run. I'm intrigued to see if this gives us any more rep. Because it was 8 challenges. I mean, it should do in theory, shouldn't it? It should have given us way more spoils. 1,230. So it's about 50% more rep. 371 Void Light Marl. 123 accolades and 20 Hero Dawn crests. No recipe. No harness. Still only 20 Hero Dawn crests, so there's no reason to do 8. There's no reason to do 8 challenge runs for Dawn crest reasons. The best you can possibly get is 20 Hero Dawn crests. I think I'm about to get capped on those as well, to be honest. Yeah, I can only get 13 more of them, and then I'm capped on Hero Dawn crest anyway. Does that mean it will start giving me Champion Dawn crests, and then it will start giving me Veteran Dawn crests, and then it will start giving me Adventurer crests until I'm eventually capped on all of them, and then it converts them into Void Light? Is that how it works? Or does it instantly just start giving me Void Light? Okay, well, that 8 challenge run was surprisingly comfortable.
I've seen things that would scare you shellless. Not everything in the ocean is
Surprisingly
as good-looking
comfortable.
or nice-mannered as I am.
Is there a couple of people that want to come and do a 8 mask? I'm talking in vision terms. Is there anybody that wants to? A couple of people that want to turn up and will get the achievement for the party of 3. What do we need to do? A tier 4. A tier 4 with 8 challenges present. Tier 4 with 8 challenges. Let me just throw a group up quickly, see if anybody's interested. See if anybody's interested. I can do a run, still need a crest. Zocca on Well of Eternity. Can you find the group finder? It's much easier than me trying to type that out. We'll do 8 challenges on tier 4. We'll just do the minimum that's needed for the requirement for the achievement. Unless you want to do it on tier 5, just because. We might as well do it on tier 5, I suppose. The difference between tier 4 is not tier 4, tier 5 is not that. It needs to be tier 5, I think. It says tier 4. Is there going to be another one that's... Is there a nested achievement to this to do it on a tier 5? Let me see if I can find... Oh, your alliance, that's why. Yeah, for simplicity, preferably a horde character. I think Blizzard is on the right path with the ritual site event. The idea is kind of good, needs a little bit more work, it gets boring real fast. They need to change the 500 currency crest to not be random gear. They're clearly experimenting. First with delves, now the ritual sites. Next we're getting mega delves. Yeah, I mean they're trying to figure something out. Put it in legacy raid. Ah, okay. Raid legacy. Let me do it that way. I mean, we can bring a full party if needed. People want the achievements. There we go. Beautiful. That's 4 of us. Let's hope this is something that can be done cross-faction. We know how dumb this game is. You can do these activities. Dungeons, pre-mades, raid, non-queued, delves, unrated PvP. Right, that's a full group. Let's see how... we'll just do the whole shebang, right? Should we just do it at tier 5? We'll just do it tier 5. We'll just do a maximum run. See how a maximum run feels. Oh, put us all straight in. No questions. Did it give anybody else a load screen or anything there? Or any sort of confirmation? Or has it just dumped us all straight in here? Did you steal Goldson's tunes? Hey, welcome in, Mr. Goldson. How are we doing? We have a relatively similar taste in music, I think, anyway. Right, how much health do these dudes have? Casual 5 mil. Oh, look at the amount of vines. Everybody but the brewmaster taking damage, no shit. Oh, we have a bonus. We have a bonus. Bonus at the rear. We'll pew him. I'm just going to follow. Oh my god, don't step in the vines. Let's try not to pull too many bonuses if we can. Not that this is particularly difficult, but makes it smoother. Oh, says me who pulls a bonus. Apologies. How we doing, Omni? Welcome in. Good morning. Majestic Hide is slowly rising up in price again as people have stopped farming it. Has it really? Is it actually is it going back stonks? That'd be quite funny. Want to do the achieves, don't click the obelisks. I think we seem to be doing alright to not have to click the obelisks. We have to avoid clicking any of them though, don't we? So don't click any obelisks. What was that big fucking dude? What's this enraged tides fella? Literally never seen him before. Now, does he do spear things to everybody in range? I think he does. Oh, the big rares are the Renown 8 perks. Oh, I see. I'm still scrub Renown 5 or 6, I think. So many rare icons on the map. I'm not sure there's huge amounts of value in killing the rares, though, is there? Ooh. Tank takes a different route to me. Fine. Did I hear you properly the other day that you get 4 out of 6 hero in the vault by doing the ritual event? Yeah, you do. It shows as tier 13, which obviously isn't possible in delve terms, but it's by doing a tier 5 or challenge or more ritual. So you for optimal vault, you need to do 8 tier 5 rituals, but you obviously need to do your tier 11s for your myth crests as well. So they've kind of cleverly orchestrated it so that you kind of almost need to do all of it still. Because of course they do. Four tier 5s and 4 tier 11s. Yeah, but then you'll only get 2 out of 3 options at highest item level. It'll still all be hero track gear. But you preferably want 4 of 6 if it's readily available. Now, obviously, this is all from the perspective of somebody that doesn't really do M+ or raiding. Obviously, if you do M+ or raiding, you can ignore all of this. You have better options anyway, but... haven't done any combat content since 4th of April. You must be living the dream, though, with all of your max level characters now. Full account of max level characters in the 0.5 patch. Pretty wild. Something in here is cooking us. Get the ads down. The ads and the bonuses down. Big dude's easy enough to avoid. Dream of a nightmare. Been doing work orders since I finished. I suppose it does put you in that. Well, there are people with hundreds of characters who have been just blasting work orders for the entire expansion so far. This is smooth, boys and girls. This is smooth. Do we want to kill a few of these bonus ads before we kill the jellyfish? Just because the jellyfish is annoying. Or is the jellyfish not that annoying when there's this many of us? It might not be that annoying. My pigeons don't have lust. If anybody's got lust, they can blast it. Yeah, I wonder what next week's going to be like, because of course this week it's not been, but at least we've figured out so far that a full 8 challenge run is not too difficult this week. I wonder if next week is going to be like, whether this was the easy week or whether next week is going to like be pain. Keep dodging. Nice dodges. Nice dodges. All the dodges.
Who dares interrupt me? Foolish creatures!
There's a large strongbox just down in the just down past us, by the way. I don't know if there's the loot in those is more lucrative.
Strike you dead!
Oh, they 50 spoils, alright. Worth picking up at least then. 15, I think, is the default, isn't it? In the little boxes. Ooh. No sucky sucky. No sucky sucky. The time and place. Oh, only one person gets targeted by the spear. Yeah, this last boss is, I mean, he's a bit of a joke on solo, but he's even easier on in a group. If only one person has to deal with the mechanic. Nice work, boys and girls, nice work. You're all showing me up on the DPS meters and all. Love to see it. If I'm ever anywhere near the top of the DPS meters, something's gone horribly wrong. So this is good job, good jobs. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. And look, oh my god, look at that spam. Holy. That's some spam. Love the achievement spam. Thank you, boys and girls. Right, who's gonna get the pattern then? Who's getting the pattern? Any pattern Andes? Any pattern Andes? Oh, it gave me champion dawn crests because I've now capped out on hero dawn crests. 1,115 rep. How long did it take? Oh, you doing it to me or Omni? Smashed out the Anglers content in a few hours, some free void incursions, not really tried the rituals yet. Do you like them so far? Maybe a good way to level alts, grind out rep. I wouldn't say they're really, I mean, they're quite in, like we mentioned, Blizzard are clearly trying. Thank you very much for the group though, boys and girls. Appreciate that. That was a nice smooth little run there. Thank you. Yeah, they're clearly trying things, aren't they? They're kind of a hybrid between the visions from, well, originally from BFA, but from last expansion. Kind of a hybrid of visions, just without the timer to contest with. And delves, really. But just, you know, in the open world. Their purpose at the moment is, you know, just really for catch-up, but Ritual with a full group, I think, is meta. Solo is longer. I mean, that was very smooth, but there was a couple of us in there that were pretty heavily geared. It's only quite slow for me solo because my damage is caca-poo-poo. My gear's not really that optimized. If you've got gear, solo is probably... I mean, a full group of mythic gear, yeah, is probably always the meta for basically doing anything, but... Oh, so I did unlock Renown 7. Okay. I need to do a couple more then to at least unlock Renown 8. We get the big boy treasures now. Dark Obelisks is... Oh, that's unlocking more decor. Scouts have identified additional shrines that will aid you in the ritual sites. Oh, so we get like double buffs as well. Alright, let's try another one solo. With the new... With the new benefits. Have a go. Can anybody confirm or deny, do you need the challenges active for the vault to be hero track? If you do tier 5, well, you have to do at least 4 challenges on tier 5 anyway. But you don't need to do any more than the 4 challenges. So just pick the 4 easiest and least impactful challenges. I think there's probably not much point to grinding out 8 challenge runs unless you're trying to just blast the reputation as fast as possible. Or it seems to be that an 8 challenge run might be a requirement to get the leash. But there doesn't seem to be too much info on that yet. Which is the crafting reagent for the mount, by the way. Don't pull the bonuses. Don't pull the bonuses. Dug around a bit in the Undermine Exchange Patreon changes. It's all enforced client side. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what that means. I'm not overly surprised Aurora's made some aspects of it, paid. I think what he's tried to do is make sure that anything that just is like default Blizzard API info is still freely available. But it's anything where the Undermine Exchange does like additional processing or data analysis or any extra work. That then appears to be the stuff that's been put behind Patreon. So a lot of the filters and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not overly surprised. I mean, I've supported Aurora's on Patreon for years anyway, so it's actually it's no different to me either way. But yeah, it's come as a bit of a surprise to a few people. But it's a very powerful, very useful tool to have at your disposal. This kind of conversation has come up previously for me, where I kind of believe if people are putting in hard work, they should be rewarded for it. If you're getting something, if you're not paying for something, it means you in some way are probably the product. I like the fact that the Undermine Exchange has never been like plagued with ads, that it's been mostly kept relatively clean and neutral from ads, which, to be honest, is worth a few bucks on Patreon every month, you know, if nothing else. Do pet things, please. I love these small goal-making communities and streamers rather than the big streamers. Something cozy about streamers lurking in other streamers. I've, over the years of being on Twitch, have naturally found myself spending more time in smaller streams. Ouch. And I tend to tune in mostly only to the big streamers as and when they're doing something outrageously interesting that isn't really feasible from anybody else's, you know. Oh, okay, what the fucking hell's going on here? Oh my god, hang on, please hold. Trying not to die here. Now I'm so far behind enemy lines. Go this way. What's this flipping binding nebula about? Where did you come from? Ouch. Do pet things. What happens when I don't pay attention? I mean, nobody tunes into my stream for, like, you know, serious high-level gameplay. A lot of the big, like, the real big streamers out there, yeah, you're right. They're probably paying way less attention to the chat and whatever. But, you know, if they're literally pro-level expert at the game that they're playing at the time, that's where they get a lot of their interest from. Couple of good 60 to 75k sales of decor on some low pop realms. Yeah, they're the ones that you need. Any sort of flipping very heavily relies on those humongous juicy sales to they basically help you cover the cost of all of the stuff that's a little bit more sticky and isn't selling as fast. And worst case scenario, doesn't sell at all. Why the early days of decor, you're like, I was able to take like 4 or 5 million gold worth of decor and quite quickly get that 4 or 5 million gold back, even with only selling like 20 or 30% of it back out. Those miracle sales really do help. Drag you over here. Where did all of these bonuses come from? Did I not deliberately pull you out the way so we don't get bonuses? Clearly something went horribly wrong. There's no denying this is definitely smoother in a party of 5 with reasonably geared people, yes. Oh, these are the dudes that were doing the thing that was really problematic. Okay, these are the dudes that need nuclear deleting. Don't know where they came from last time. Aha, okay, that's fine. You also have more CC kicks in the fight. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, a lot of the mechanics here are kick this, interrupt that, avoid this, avoid that. We're going to accidentally pull the big dude here, which is fine. We can deal with that. Got bonuses. Bonuses. Oh, all the bonuses now. Okay, I've done goofed this one. Ran mine solo, quite well geared. Just went Guardian, laughed my way through. Well, yeah, Guardian does just kind of just loll its way all the way to the bank, doesn't it? Did I even pick up this? I don't remember. Oh. We somehow managed to pull you anyway. I mean, I make this excuse near enough every day, but I'm also like 50% worse at this game while I'm streaming it. I know you all probably like, lol, yeah, sure, of course you are, but like trying to keep some remnants of conversation going and reading chat and trying to do something that requires me to focus in game. I can very much understand why a lot of the big streamers who are actually good at the game don't, don't talk too much whilst they're doing the busiest things. Alright, where's the... Right, the big ad is clearly coming, but let's just delete this dude first quickly. There we go. Easy source. Or first, no problems at all. Nothing went wrong at all. Tactically avoided the big dude. Drag you a little bit over here. Touch of Apathy, I think, is the one I actually do interrupt. Oh, I got that wrong. Oh, we got to get rid of you. You need to not do any of that. Yeah, this jellyfish is just annoying. This jellyfish should be the final boss, you know. He's the one that actually causes some problems. Oh, can you not sucky please? Oh, I died. Shit, that's really annoying. Oh no, I'm in the arse end of nowhere. Sneaky this way. Oh, I don't know where you came from because you weren't there a minute ago. Right, we're clearly going to accidentally pull this dude at some point, so let's get ahead of that problem. Oh, we've managed to pull him with the jellyfish. Great. And where did you come from? What's going on here? Why am I making such a pig's ear with this one? Oh, more of you. Right, now we're doing fine. Started off badly, but we got this. Thinking about it, doing this solo, I should absolutely be taking down the obelisks, shouldn't I? Because he's being buffed by like 3 different obelisks right now, which is probably not helping my situation. Unnecessarily making this harder for myself than I need to. Yeah, jellyfish is officially the final boss in this, by the way. Flipping owls. Right, there we go. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Can we cheeky our way through here? Yoink. I'm gonna kill you because you're just annoying.
Who dares interrupt me?
Who dares? He who dares wins. I've been watching Only Fools and Horses recently. I forgot how incredible that series was.
Strike, you dead!
By this time next year, we'll be millionaires.
Strike, you dead! Strike, you dead!
Probably shouldn't put all of those storms on the same side. Put one over here instead. Make things a bit easier.
Strike, you dead!
My damage is so terrible as well. This is probably not helping. Now what we need is we need some streamer luck. We need the streamer luck to kick in, and we need it to just give us the recipe. Call it quits. Actually getting rooted by that thing is not a bad move, is it really? During a storm.
Hail death! Ocean!
Dink. Down it goes. Got it done. Never lucky. Wait, it gave me more Hero Dawn crests. How's that possible? Oh, no, it did actually convert them into champion ones. That's a real feels bad, you know. That when you're capped for the week, I'd rather it just give me more Void Light than give me Champions Crests, which it's basically like saying, oh, you're capped for the week, here's a third of your reward. I suppose something is better than nothing, isn't it? Right. Too many rituals this morning. Too many rituals this morning. We've done a few. Then we go spend some crests. Did we hit Renown 8, actually? Oh, you know what? I think I need to do one more, don't I, to hit Renown 8. Ha! Yeah, I need 500 rep. Okay, I do need to do at least another one. We can't leave it. We can't leave it there. That's absolutely bananas. Did kind of set us up for doing a fair few rituals today, but
Honored to meet you.
oh, does that? I don't really have anything to upgrade. Okay, well that's easy enough, isn't it? I've got nothing. I've genuinely got nothing to actually upgrade. I guess there's I guess that's an easy solution.
Carefully.
Do we have enough for accolades? Oh, we're 50 accolades short as well. Oh, we do. Oh, we really do need to do one more run. We really do need to do one more run. Okay, we came back premature. Whoops. You buy the hero crests with your champion ones? Annoyingly, not yet, no. Because I still have a veteran ring that's watermarking me badly. That would be my aim, possibly, for the vault this week, is to pull out a ring. I mean, being a Jawn crafter, I could always craft one as well, but I'm actually... one thing I haven't done is basically any tier 11 delves, so I just don't have myth crests at all. It kind of feels weird crafting things without using myth crests on them. Just do a quick, easy one for the final renown. When do you think you'll put WoW to rest? When you get decent gear? I just play things by ear, to be honest, these days. I've been, this patch so far, it doesn't have great legs. It's not, the enjoyment of this patch I don't think is going to last very long. But at least next week we'll get the alternative ritual site to investigate and play through. Now, annoyingly, there won't be as much fun to be had there, because this week was all about leveling it up and progressing it and going from one tier to another and, you know, grinding the renown and this sort of stuff and figuring it out. Next week, it's just a case of, you know, do it on tier 5, do it on 8 challenges, get the achievements, call it a day. If we can do all of that whilst doing 8 runs to get the vault, then we're all good. I'm not looking forward to grinding assaults again next week, to be honest. I haven't even finished grinding the assaults this week. But I do weirdly feel the need to spend a couple of hours doing it so I can just also then say it's done. It's not the right way to play this game, but it's one of those I've started, so I feel like I need to finish, you know? Not super logical, but... Oh, big chest. I can't do that in combat. Right, sure. Have you been doing the assaults on the multiple accounts? I haven't, no. I frequently do the mistake of having 5 accounts and then not really using them properly. That's by this point you probably know. When you get bored of this patch, I think you'll love Enshrouded. Crafting and verticality of it is good there. Yeah, we'll see. We did plenty enough pirates recently. I'm not in too much of a rush to go play anything else. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted by the new Diablo expansion. Just because I haven't played Diablo in a long while. Or an ARPG in general. But I also think there's plenty enough to do in WoW right now. I only start looking, you know, I only seriously start looking for other things to do when WoW starts to bore me. But we've just had a whole bunch of new content, and I still have a lot of 12.0 stuff that I want to do that I haven't. Even if it's not, you know, strictly on brand as such, just because we're not doing heavy aggressive goal making stuff. ATT can keep you busy. I mean, it can do more than keep you busy. It can literally consume your entire life. Dangerous is all the things. Very dangerous. Throwing spears at me. K-Chak stopped playing WoW. K-Chak has himself a new job, which I would imagine is keeping him very busy. I mean, K-Chak's still pretty active in his Discord, but I don't think the content creation side of K-Chak is doing too much right now. I think he's keeping his spreadsheet and stuff updated and things for the purpose of patrons and stuff, but I'm not entirely sure how much he's playing the game. I certainly don't think he has too much time for video creation or streaming at the moment. Grab this without grabbing the other mob. There we go. Do pet things, please. We just pretty much ignore every mini game they throw at us, and most of the people trash like world quests and assaults. I mean, yeah, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Like, it's the standard nature of a video game. Soon as it's not fun, don't do it. Like, if you don't, genuinely, if you don't enjoy it. Ooh, there's loads of treasures around here. Can't not have these. Bonus spoils. I mean, World of Warcraft is literally the ultimate time vamper, and you know, already. Never mind before you start throwing add-ons like all the things at the problem. This game will absolutely consume every hour of your day if you let it. I had some friends come over on Saturday. We had, oh, did I miss that? Shit. There we go. And of course, whenever I try and explain what it is I do on a day-by-day basis, it quite frequently confuses people. And the question usually comes up, do you not get bored playing a video game like 40 plus hours a week? And it's difficult because the answer is yes. But I also don't try to let it get to the point where I get bored. Like, there's that fine balance with this game of playing it just enough that you keep that high enjoyment level, but not so much that you accidentally let it become a chore to you. As soon as it starts feeling like a chore, you should kind of like remove yourself from it almost instantly. The problem is a lot of the game is geared up in a way to incentivize you to do the same, you know, gives you a task list. You should do this and then you should do this. And a lot of the content you see, like there's some of the most popular World of Warcraft videos are along the lines of what should you do first? Like what priority should you put on doing different bits and bobs? Which is so easy to let the entire game turn into, you know, just a daily chore list. I mean, this is, you know, patron orders are the absolute, you know, here's a catch-up system that requires you to log in and be more consistent about the catch-up system than you needed to be in the first place. Like, it's clearly, they're clearly not trying to hide the fact that they make systems in the game
sweet profit together.
deliberately so that you are deliberately so that you're incentivized to log in every single day and to do a certain amount of, you know, tasks and chores in a video game is a mental concept. Absolutely crazy concept. But you only really, you know, an MMO can do that because you have that permanent sense of progression. Mr. Goldson with the 17 months. Thank you very much, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Not to mention there's still a negative attitude towards playing games in the society. Well, I mean, it's simply down to the fact that most people just don't get it. You know, I don't tend to believe there's any form of malice in it. It's that people just straight up don't understand. Like, they just don't understand how like, what do you mean? And the synergy I always have to, you know, use to try and explain it is, well, look at people who watch professional sports. Look at how passionate people get about watching sports. There's an entire generation of people that have also now grown up watching people play video games. It ultimately is not that far disconnected from going to watch, you know, people play sports. Video games are sports, you know, they're just new age sports, aren't they, really, ultimately? They're just as, if not more competitive than sports. If you let them be, that is. As soon as you're like, oh, well, people, you know, people pay to go and watch their favourite team play football. And then they're like, oh, okay, I sort of get it. But sometimes it is, you know, you have to explain it a few times for people to let it sink in. And there's all, like, inevitably, there's always the question, well, how does that make money? That's the thing that really confuses people with like, content creation. What do you mean you can play video games online? And what do you mean you make YouTube videos? How does that make any money? That's where people get really intrigued by it. People can sort of wrap their heads around the fact that somebody might want to watch somebody else be pretty good at something when you use the sports analogy. People very quickly, like the level of confusion on people's faces grows incredibly quickly when they try and start wrapping their brain around, well, how do you get paid? Like, well, you know every single one of those ads you watch before you watch a video. Yeah, there you go. There's the start of it.
Tried and strike true.
Oh shit. I missed. Okay, is that going to be Renown 8? Is that going to give us a Renown 8? It should do. We only did 4 challenges then, just because it's quick and easy. Boom! Renown 8. Yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Corrupted transport and elite dangers. Seek out Sergeant Vaughn to see about a new ride. Magic effects have proven to be harmless to their riders. Just unlocks a mount, right? I'm sure. A couple of big, rare enemies that are extremely dangerous, or elite forces. Bigger and at least more challenging, more spoils they will have. The irony is I didn't really need too many of the spoils anyway. Okay, well that's cool though. Well, in theory, this is still a little bit unproven because even Wowhead doesn't really have too much of the answers here. There's only one comment under the recipe for this. Wonder if there's any more comments on the leash. Got mine with the completion box in the same box as reaching Renown 8. Oh, well, I didn't. Unsure if hitting Renown 8 is a requirement or if it's random. In the specific run, I had tier 5, 8 challenges, 0 deaths. Did not remove any of the obelisks or embers. Doubt that it matters, though. Looted all of the treasure chests and killed all the rares. Was on my leather worker and got the recipe as well. Tried to run on my other leather worker to see if I could loot more recipes. Currently done 1 run and no drop. This just sounds like something. How did people grind Renown 8 like literally in the first day as well, by the way? That's kind of wild. Got it from a tier 5, 8 challenges, was Renown 7 at the time. Leveled to 8 when I opened the chest and got the leash at the same time. Also did not have leatherworking profession. Got the leash on tier 2. Wait, I got the leash on tier 2 with all 8 challenges. Can confirm you don't need to do a tier 5. I didn't kill all of the rares, complete any embers, or loot all the chests. I can also confirm got this on tier 2 with all challenges active. Oh, interesting. So the leash itself could just be the higher the difficulty, the better the chance. Four challenges with 5 people is about half a renown every 10 minutes. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. A group of 5 people could have easily blasted it real fast, yeah. Took me about 30 runs at tier 1 with 8 challenges. I'm waiting for somebody to say that they got the recipe on a lower renown or lower tier. Right, curiosity time. I'm now renown 8. Curiosity. If 8 challenges is... 8 challenges seems to be the only thing that's relatively unanimous on those comments on how to get the leash. So, out of curiosity, can we just do like tier 1, 8 challenges? We're now renowned 8. It would be funny if we could now get... It'd be funny if this would work. It'd be double funny if we got the recipe. Tier 1 8 challenges does feel weird already. Affixes for days, but not really any reason for them. I'll follow the same route and I'll do the same thing as I do in the other runs. It'll just be quicker now because, you know, nothing's got any health. Crafting order for the rope links harness on my server, a massive 5 gold tip. I mean, somebody's really splashing the cash on that one. Fun fact is it'll still get crafted. You know it'll still get crafted. This is the thing. It's very common for us to wildly complain about the lack of tips on orders, but never stops them getting crafted. Yeah, resource procs alone, you know. Resource procs alone will do it. You could very easily just like run through like tier 1 8 challenges. Such a weird combination, I know, but like it genuinely feels like you could just run through and pull the whole thing. Oh, 12 spoils from the big elite, okay. This could end up being the weird thing that by the time you're renown 8, you don't really need many of the spoils if you don't particularly care about the accolade stuff. You are just farming the recipe and farming the leash. Doing tier 1s 8 challenges might actually be weirdly be the meta if it can drop. That's the big question. Just because it could be done so damn fast. Why did they add the res? I mean, yeah, the renown path is a little confusing. But, you know, if you, I mean, the main focus of the main focus of this is catch up, isn't it, really? The real reason you're meant to be doing this, I think, is the catch up. What are you? Mana Gorge Great Worm. I've never even seen you before. I'm going to kill you just because. Yeah, the main focus of this mode is clearly for like alt catch up. The renown is just meant to be something that's kind of there. Obviously, everybody's going to want the mounts, so everybody's going to want to try and figure out what's the easiest and most optimal way to get the leash, and better still, even the pattern. I can't imagine that tier 1s with 8 challenges is the optimal way of doing it, but it'd be funny if it was. It would mean that there'd be an absolute flood of the recipes by the end of the day, if that is the case. Can't imagine there's many people out there that are doing 8 challenges on tier 1. What's in the box then? Wait, why did I still gain rep? Your warband reputation with the ritual site. Why am I still getting rep? Overflowing ritual site cache. Oh, there's flipping... Okay. There's Paragon boxes. Oh, please don't tell me there's anything in those. I'm skipping the Lynx harness crafting. Won't learn on my leatherworkers. The Void Panther was decent in the War Within, but not for too long. I mean, right now, if you get the recipe, you're best off just selling it, because there's so few of them out there, it's probably still going, like... I'm on Draenor, and it's like 700k. It's, like, ridiculous money. If you get the recipe, just sell it right now. Yeah, I imagine a tier 1 8. A tier 1 8 is kind of just pointless. A few people do claim to have got it. Tier 5 8 challenges. It might just be a tier 5 8 challenge thing. Ran about 10 tier 5 8 challenges. Got nothing. Oh wait, ran a tier 1 with 8 challenges and it dropped. Oh, so it looks like the harness does look like it can drop doing it this way. Even though there's no real extra value from the rest of it. But you just, you know, switch your brain off and you'll get the harness at least this way. Are the big chests still like 50 spoils? Even in low level? Oh no, the big chests are only 10 spoils in a tier 1. That's funny. Are these like 3 spoils? Alright, pet do pet things, please. Oh god, I nearly died. Just ignore everything. Just ignore everything. Kill as you go. Although those mind erasers do need dealing with. Yeah, I think if you're just after the leash, putting in order for the mount, tier 1s is the way to do it, isn't it? Really. Unless you're so well geared that you can do tier 5s without really any trouble. Oh, that's quite a big spicy knock-up. I didn't mean to pull the jellyfish yet. Kill these stragglers before we go to the boss. Yeah, speed clearing wands is probably the play.
Who dares interrupt
It's
me?
not...
Foolish
I
creatures!
actually... even though speed clearing wands probably is the play just to get the harness for the mount, I might just actually continue to do 5s anyway.
Hide and strike true!
Just because it means you actually have to have your brain on. You've got to have your brain on at least a little bit, and sure, the void light and the crests and all of the above helps. And if there's the chance of getting the recipe by doing 5s, then that's probably the way to do it, isn't it? Because 1s are going to get real boring real quick. But there's our leash. So there's the indication that you can do tier 1s with 8. Tier 1, 8 challenges. 8 challenge seems to be the only... 8 challenges seems to be the only real requirement to get the leash. Recipe, though, different story. Recipe is a different story. Multi-box might give you increased chance. The difficulty would then be that you're just not going to kill it. An actual party of 5, yes, but yeah, tier 1 8 challenges got me the leash. So you don't need to crank the difficulty, but you do need 8 challenges. I am also renown 8, by the way, just for reference. So that might also be a criteria. You might, although somebody did on the Wowhead did seem to state. So I can confirm. I can confirm you can get the leash on lower. Ran a tier 1 with 8 challenges and it dropped. I've now confirmed the same. Have an upvote. The recipe, though, is a different story. But there's a lot less info floating around on this one. If leatherworking is so bad, why do leather and scales sell so well? Why is leatherworking bad? Leatherworking creates gear for literally 50% of the game. I think you're probably misconstruing that leatherworking for the purpose of concentration is bad. But that's not to say that leatherworking is bad overall. It's just that there isn't much added value of concentration. Yeah, the first thing I would challenge is the perception of leatherworking being bad. Okay, well, I can always farm tier 5s, 8 challenges in order to try and get the recipe. And do that whenever I like. I've got my harness, though, that I can put in an order at least for mine. Let's just half back. So I kind of think, minus getting the leatherworking recipe, I think that's rituals for the week done for me. I think we've got all of the achievements we can get from this week's ritual as well. Just double check that actually. We should only have the Broken Throne ones, which is next week's ritual. Yeah. Yeah. Of which we'll probably able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 achievements. We basically get them all in one. Oh, you need to do 2 runs, don't you? You need to do one with a party and one without. That'll be easy next week. It's the Void Assaults I need to do a little bit more of this week. Complete 50 Void Strikes or Incursions. I'm only a little over halfway, honestly. Leatherworking's made me more gold than any other profession in the expansion so far. Nice. Alchemy and Jewel crafting are the only good concentration crafters left. I mean, I know we've had concentration a whole expansion already, but I always try and point out to people why concentration makes gold. And concentration works when you've got a big difference in price of the materials. So if high quality materials are significantly more expensive than normal quality materials, concentration is likely to add some value to that. So in alchemy terms, your high quality herbs are still quite a bit more expensive than the normal quality herbs. So there's value there, hence why the potions are probably the best use of concentration, especially by the time the multi-craft procs on those proc, because they're ludicrous. Flasks are not as good, because a lot of the value of the flask is still nested in the lotus, which doesn't have quality. So a lotus is a lotus, you know. Jewel crafting, it still works quite good because high quality gem dust is still more expensive than normal quality gem dust. And this is why things like the prism work well for jewel crafting. Standard gems can make a little bit, but it's not as much as it's not a huge amount. But this, unfortunately, just because not many materials are used in making the gem, the actual gem cuts, it's like, was it 5 dust or something? Oh, is it Children's Week again? I don't even know. Oh, it is. It is Children's Week. No idea if they added anything new. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever really done much Children's Week stuff. Might have done once upon a time. There doesn't seem to be any new achievements. Take your orphan into the battlegrounds and defeat the feats below. Capture the flag in Eye of Storm, assault a tower in Alterac Valley, assault a flag in Arathi Basin, and return a flag in Warsong Gulch. Yeah, we ain't doing that. That's not starting. We're not doing that. Take my orphans to the battlegrounds. Yeah, that's not happening.
Glory to the Sindori.
Jesus, the Void Light Marl consumption. Jesus. I think, I mean, I'm obviously in no rush to buy any of this. Void Light is going to have to be... We'll obviously spend most of our Void Light towards the end of the expansion. I'm certainly not going to burn it too quickly.
Aldiel Shalah.
Oh, have we got enough acolytes for... Oh, we do. 600. Should we buy a gamba box? Let's buy a gamba box. See if we can get... God, give me a hero ring. I'd love me a hero ring. Hero ring incoming.
May my goods serve you well.
Hero ring. Chest piece. Void Stalker's breastplate. That was a waste of 500. That was a waste of 500 points. We got Mog, I suppose. We got Mog. Burnt 15k mile for the tier 2 sets. Still got 3 boxes left.
I offer rare goods from distant realms.
I mean, fortunately, it's only 5 field accolades ago, so this is not too tragic. But yeah, 150 Void Light Mile a box. That really does add up fast, doesn't it? If you're after the appearances.
Thank you for browsing.
Luckily for me, I couldn't care less about most transmogs, so I don't feel too obliged to do that. Okay, I need to do some... We need to head to Zulaman and do some flying around and do some assaults. I think. What's the percentage on this? Oh, 84% on the main incursion. Not a bad time to start flying around then. Oh, I didn't put my work order in for my... Oh well, I'll do that. Hang on. Hang on. What do we need to craft this thing? 40 motes. An infused. Okay. DSM's having a heart attack.
Anaria Shala.
Links. What are you? Public order. Wait, what? You shitting me? Why does it have to be high quality ones? It's a fucking mount. What? You what now?
Turn when you need more.
Oh. Well, that's weird as hell. And also mildly annoying. Why does it have to be high quality? Okay. What a weird restriction.
Are you planning a purchase?
What a weird... Alright, sure.
treat my wares with care.
Alright, let's go do some assaults. We missed the big event. Still cooking, 87. Is MMO champion working? Yep. Oh, did anybody get did anybody get screwed over by the stupid AI coding of the angulars? Apparently they made an alternative version of the what do you call it? This thing. Fused vitality thing. They somehow accidentally made a new version of the fused vitality for the 3 that you could get from this, which then couldn't be used in crafting orders. Apparently they fixed it now, but it might mean that you have to go and rebuy your fused vitality and in turn farm up another however many pearls to buy them. Because of course they did. So it really does appear that, what was it? Didn't Microsoft go out and claim that about 30% of all code that they produce now is produced with AI? I do start to feel that that percentage is almost higher in this game right now. Oh, cheeky 220 BOE. Yeah, I think 30% of the code is a very modest number.
The Twilight's blades think they can
These
sweep into
companies are
our
going to have to
world.
go through a really
We
weird
may
transition,
be
aren't they?
but we are not weak.
They're going to have to go through this transition where it's like they have to slowly but surely get used to like vetting all of this AI code. When AI is able to write the code in basic form so practically instantly, that the expertise and the requirements of the human interaction is going to be, you know, on a verification level. If it's clearly going to take some companies a while to get that verification right. They forgot to add "make no mistakes" at the end of the prompt. Yeah, clearly. See, Icy Veins got called out again the other day for using AI to write their articles. I think the main problem with AI is the artistic part of it. Feels like Midnight Lore is so dull. I don't think AI's got much creative control in that regards. Because you've got to remember that it still has to be prompted to do whatever it needs to do. The storyline, I think, is dull because I'm convinced the World Soul Saga's 1 expansion's worth of story that they're just stretching it as thin as they possibly can over 3 expansions. I genuinely think that they're milking this saga as much as they possibly can, whilst hopefully they scribble away on something more interesting or after the Last Titan. But I'm relatively convinced that this 3-part trilogy that we're playing through right now is really just a one-parter, which could make it feel like the level of creativity gone into it isn't particularly high.
The blood of those who died today will become the flood that washes the invaders from our lands.
Okay, this one takes ages because the infiltrators don't properly hyperspawn. You need to kill 100 of them and they don't hyperspawn. Return of the Lich King in the last Titan. It's going to be interesting going back to Northrend. I would like to see what they do with the zones. Let me grab a drink quickly, hang on. Fucking hell's this rainbow banner here? Where did that come from? I swear I've never seen that before. Is that a placeable item? Is that... Oh no, well, they're fucking all over the place. What's going on here? How have I never seen these before? Is this part of Children's Week or something? BD8. 9. Just realised I absolutely should be doing these assaults on an alt. I have almost no reason whatsoever to be doing this on a main. Nearly 1,000 of these dark particles as well. I need to exchange one of these. Has anybody seen any QQing about the fact that these are all soulbound? Do we think that we're due to see a bit of a change? I really, really, really think that if this is purely a catch-up system, there's no reason to make this soulbound. Why are you immune? Why can't we kill you? Aren't we meant to be able to pick up the stolen supplies and move them out the way? What's going on here? Working as intended. Going on at the other location? Is it just that one location's been nuked and the other hasn't? You're taking damage. Ta-da!
rats think they can steal
Beautiful.
from us? Ha! They forget we have powerful allies.
Alright, where's the next one? All the way up there. Oh, this is the Swarming Skies one. There's an achievement attached to this, isn't there? Okay. 29 to go. Sorry, 19 to go. Bad maths. Where's the one? Fly through 100 fellas.
The Tortolans offered us meals to help with the refugees. Mind checking if it'd be...
Void beings are attacking the temple of Janalai. Show them who protects our lore.
Get the jellies, get the jellies. Doodle 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 doo. Wow, it makes me dizzy, this one already. Do you reckon we get a 12? When do we reckon that we get a 12.1 announcement of info? If we 12.05 is just launched, there'll be a 12.07 patch. So we're still 4 months away from a 12.1 launch. That should mean we start getting information about it pretty soon, I think. Oh, I don't think I've blinked in about 3 minutes. $87, nearly there. Do you think the Zulaman Island will be the second or the third zone? Ooh, good question. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, whatever's going on over here is clearly going to be a bonus zone, isn't it? Oh, did we not get the achievement? Didn't quite hit enough. 84 out of 100. Wow, we got 19 more events we need to do for the main
Void
achievement, so maybe this one will come round again.
Once again, you have earned the Loa's favor.
Are we not good on the main one now? Yeah. Big boy mode now. I wonder if they'll have, because in the War Within, it very much felt like the Undermine. So what was that, 12.1? Very much felt like 12.1 was the patch and the patch zone that they'd actually like properly created for the expansion. I don't think it's too much of a hot take that Koresh was just, you know, picked up off the cutting room floor and hacked together so that there was something. I mean, this is probably me trying to self-justify my opinion that this is just one expansion being stretched over 3. But do we think that this, clearly this zone, we reckon that's going to be the actual, you know, from the ground up created zone? It's difficult when you kind of got to remember that these two zones are sort of recreated zones in the first place. Recreated very well though. Give them credit. This is what I hope, if they take the same tender loving care with Northrend. Last Titan could be pretty cool. I know we're only 8 weeks into this current expansion, but my brain is already starting to think about the next one. Where's the lumber? Oh? You've stolen my lumber. Maybe they remake the zone for practice. You mean to train the AI? Train Claude how to do it properly. The one thing I do hope that they slowly but surely... I mean, to be fair though, I was going to say I hope that they sort of tone down on these kind of like Fly Swarm world events a little bit. But we've been kind of telling Blizzard that we don't really want a Fly Swarm event for you know, a few expansions now. It doesn't seem to make any difference. At least you kind of, there's a bit of moving going on with these. I don't know how they do it though. Like how can they do world content like this without it feeling just like a swarm of wasps? And I guess this is where it, you know, is clear that I'm a player of the game and not not particularly creative from a game design perspective. Well, hello. We're in a boat. Boom. Oh, the big dude's already dead. Where is the big dude? There he is. Fuck him up. Oh, I'm not sure I've got it in me to do another 18 flipping void strikes though, you know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can do another 18. I'd rather do 18 more rituals. Do it. I've got Dun shards somehow. Oh, I've done my weekly maximum. Have some feet. Have some feats. Dogs are chilling right now. Alma's asleep by the door. Zula's under the sofa. Down he goes. Winning.
Thank you, champion. Our land
Big
are
field
safe
satchel.
again. For now.
10 champion Dawn crests, 30 field accolade. Oh yeah, I remember doing this the other day. I remember thinking that 10 crests is like an insult, but 30 field accolades, which is less than half a single piece of champion gear. Few hundred gold though. Cash monies. We'll take that. We'll take that. Oh, I don't know how much enthusiasm I've got to be doing more of these, honestly. Really don't. I have 300 fish I need to catch with the anglers. That, I mean, no real rush to do that. It's the last upgrade I need. $250. I've got a few achievements still to do with the anglers. We had fun with that the other day. I don't think I've got enough in me. I don't think I've got enough enjoyment in the anglers to do it 8 times more than I've already done it, though. This is one of those grinds that might not ever happen. Gain an adventurous dive companion. Well, I feel like 250 should probably be done, but million is a bit steep. Oof. What's making tailoring with concentration? There's probably not many options based on the values of cloth in tailoring right now. I mean, bolts, arguably. Spell threads, maybe. You can get about 50k in 9 minutes. It's not too bad to go for the mill. Oh, okay. I mean, a lot of the abyssal stuff should really be left to just getting my 3 fused on my alts. But I'm not even doing my I've not been doing the abundance on my alts even. Cooldown bolts are decent if you get a multi-craft proc. Yeah, this is the difficulty, isn't it? It's a bit, you know. The multi-craft proc feels good, but the maths basically indicates that there's not a huge amount of value in it all the same. Yeah, your cooldown bolts is probably the main one for tailoring. I might need to do some patron orders quickly. We might have a little look.
Baladash, Malanore.
Yeah, I apologise. I don't have the enthusiasm in me to do those assaults. The achievements and stuff for the assaults will just have to wait. Technically, doing the assaults on my alts is a much better use of my time. Because they might gain experience and stuff at the same time. Doing it on my main just seems like completely pointless. Right, bit of blacksmithing, bit of enchanting. I haven't done a catch up on enchanting for a while. How many catch up points do you reckon we can get access to with enchanting these days? None if me game don't load. Right, bathroom break. Back in 2. Alrighty. Oh, Christ, that's perfect timing. Literally get back and just as an ad starts. That wasn't by design. Right, let's have a little bit of a look at blacksmithing and enchanting. Oh my god, I've got like 40 catch-up knowledge points on enchanting. I've not done enchanting for a few weeks, it seems. Whoops. This is because I basically refuse to go out and farm treasures anymore. I kind of, like, I should really do the assaults on this dude, because while the experience probably isn't great, some experience is better than no experience. Let me just check Patreon orders for now. We'll see if we get any more enthusiasm to go any deeper than that. Have a little look at blacksmithing. Should be some profitable ones there. Take that. I mean, we'll just do the lot. Do it. Jesus, Majestic Claws, 100 gold. Damn. Ouch. Oh, have I got two add-ons trying to fight over the right tools? I think any of the crowded events are going to work for XP because it gets split into nothing the moment more than 5 people tag a mob. Yeah, that's probably true. I've not really put much thought into leveling alts yet this expansion. I'm sure there'll be something pretty good at some point. But it wasn't until we had the Siren Isle really in the War Within before anything kind of got good. If I remember correctly. I'm not really in any rush. Oh, that was a lot of orders. That was a huge amount of orders. Is it saying this because it's now not going to do the ones that require concentration? Yeah. War Within was great from the launch because the time walking was done with all 600 characters in a month. I mean, that's kind of wild. Yeah, because time walking was pretty busted, wasn't it, right at the beginning? Yes, I remember now. So we're at a point now, Dawn Crystals, there's like 600 gold between them. So in terms of concentration, that's, you make 1,200 gold times 2, 2,000 gold, 2,500 gold, maybe, if you're lucky, with an enchanting concentration alt right now, in 4 days. So you basically make 500 gold a day. Certainly not as lucrative as it was once upon a time, anyway. Not in the slightest. Wait, no, hang on, that's not right. So it's actually not surprising that flipping the stupid patron order table has ended up being more lucrative than anything else. What do you want? You want one dawn crystal? Your fused vitality.
Sunwell's glory shine
Sure.
on you.
Where was I spending points anyway? We got like 40 oh, can I be bothered to go out and get the treasures? Maybe. Maybe we do treasures this week on this dude. Maybe we actually do treasures this week.
Anubalore Delana, the reckoning is at hand.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we go do treasures this week. And we do a cheeky catch up on enchanting. If anything stands out. Where was I spending points in blacksmithing? I was stacking points in here. Resourcefulness to all blacksmithing stuff. And then we put more points in this. More stats. Right, let's go get some treasures. Go get some treasures. Zulaman still the play, probably. Zulaman still the play. Get some treasures, hand in a single crystal, disenchant a bunch of stuff. Yeah, let's get properly caught up with enchanting. I've not done this for a few weeks. Alt market got ruined. Why would people reduce the price by 70%? Supply and demand. Everybody's desperation to make gold drives the prices down. Wonder how time walking is now for leveling. I think on a single character it's probably competitive. But because there isn't any sort of like very viable twink option right now, yeah, I think like what's just been stated, it's probably not good on a multi-box level anymore. So I'm not 100% sure where the alt leveling is going to come from this expansion, but something will turn up. Something will turn up. You know what happened to meat prices? Went from 1 gold to 15. Yeah, it's very simple. Everybody stopped farming it, and everybody still needs it. The humongous quantities of people out doing all the world content all the time for the first few months was just crushed the price of it. Now nobody's out doing the world content, particularly. I know we've just had the assaults and rituals, but like for the most part, a lot of people are done with the patch. We're at that point in the season now. Now, obviously, what that usually means is a lot of farmed stuff crashes in price because nobody wants it. But, you know, when something was basically free to begin with. And I imagine it's pretty... When something's that cheap, it becomes very susceptible to being reset. Because what's anybody going to do about it? Go farm it themselves all of a sudden? Probably not. Are we going to have the same scenario again? We get 3, like, instantly. 3 treasures instantly, and then we're going to get cucked on the last one. Which is annoyingly an enchanting one that we need. It seems to happen far too often for it to just be pure random luck. You get 3 of them really fast, and then the last one takes forever. Wow, actually, no, we hard lucked out there. That was the quickest 4 treasures I think in history. No complaints. No complaints. How'd you get the add-on to point at the treasure location? It's a combination of an add-on called Waypoint UI, and it's also a macro I use while I'm mounted. Which was given to me, but it's this convoluted thing. But this isn't quite so important. You can, if you use the Waypoint UI, it basically what you need. Right, we need a bunch of cheap shit to disenchant now. What's the go-to cheap shit to disenchant? Is there anything on the auction house that's go-to cheap shit to disenchant? All 50 gold a piece is the cheapest cheap shit to disenchant. Evercore visors. Yeah, I have to craft the damn things myself. They're free to craft, aren't they? I'm wondering whether I just pay 50 gold per just because I can. Because I can't be bothered to craft a bunch. Even though they have a crafting cost of like 6 gold or something. What's an Evercore cost these days? $3 gold. Yeah. Okay, let's craft 100 quickly. we're doing it. Top right, then bottom right, down the coast usually does the job for me. Yeah, if you can hit enough treasures quickly enough, you'll be alright. I think I just lucked out getting all 4 of those as quick as I did. Game's lagging balls, what is it?
Bring you here. We shall not falter.
Do we have any Evercores already? Apparently not. Ooh, cash monies. I think. It doesn't really matter what you make, does it? Genuinely doesn't matter what you make. Are we in vendor shuffle territory on Evercores again? We must be, right? They're so goddamn cheap. What's the... Are we legitimately so cheap for Evercores now that we're in vendor shuffle territory? Uh, 4 gold. Is it the pile of junk that's gonna... What's pile of junk set you back these days? 21 silver apiece. We genuinely in vendor shuffle territory again. Is this what this expansion's going to end up being? Recycling to Evercores to craft to vendor for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on end till your eyes bleed. Sell price 3 gold. Doesn't take any vendor reagents. So your resourcefulness... Now, resourcefulness works really crookedly. Like, really crookedly on items like this. But yeah, you're basically at vendor shuffle prices again, aren't you now? Wow, we're at that point already. Love to see it. But yeah, you're basically at the point that every resourcefulness proc is your quote-unquote profit. Oh. What does that... If Evercores are like 4 gold a piece, though, what's that making... What? Tranquility Bloom must be like basically free. Is Tranquility Bloom under a single gold a piece now? It must be. Ouch. Do we think the crash is like really kicking in now? Crash is really kicking in. We'll send these all over to the enchanter. Get these disenchanted. That should get us the catch-up points in enchanting nice and quickly. So, yeah, I mean, in that regard, ignore the profit from this. It's not, we're not selling these. It's getting disenchanted. Why does this box keep doing stupid things? Right, you move out of the way if you're going to be stupid. I close you, but then you show all the information. Whoops. Okay.
Return when you need more.
Didn't they make some changes to the recipe difficulties of a few things with engineering last week, though, with the patch? Not that I think at this point it's going to make any difference. $7, 98, 99. Hundo. Nice. Hang on. In the time it takes me to make a mailing operation. What group's this in? Engineering, cloth gear. Try again. There we go. Beautiful. Job done. Space in the wall bank, you could put them in there and use a... Ah, no, that does the job fine. I don't actually want to take them all out of the mailbox anyway. I don't think I need all 100 of them, that's the thing. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, I need like 50, but... You know, RNG. Hey, I'm Lambs. Solo, what are you doing? Puppies have both woken up. Oh, I clearly have too many add-ons on again. I try really hard to keep the number of add-ons low, but it's clear that some of my quote-unquote mains and main alts, we're still too heavy on the add-ons. It's flipping forever to log in these characters. It shouldn't do. Some of these BOEs, they are. I don't want to disenchant half of these. Just realised. 133 BOEs. I don't want to get. I don't want those disenchanted. Oh wait, shit. Hang on. I bet I didn't turn in the. Haven't done the weekly, have I? Or we do all the disenchanting. We need 1 crystal. Whoa, 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 whoa! No, don't take them all. Force of habit to click open all there. Turn you in.
May the eternal sun guide you.
Now we'll get. Yeah, now we can disenchant TSM. What? Okay. Now we should be able to get the glimmering powders. Oh, we're only disenchanting for the glimmering powders, just to play a little bit of catch up with enchanting. There's our brimming mana shard. There's the big one. Now we should get. Oh no, hang on. I wonder if I actually have to learn these rather than just loot them. Okay. There's the glimmering. All this dawnlit stuff needs to be. Just deal with this quickly. Right, yeah, the rest of it can just get disenchanted. The rest of it's good to go. What if we got... Oh, what? $40 points. 50 point. How many points is this going to give us in total? 20, 46. We need 80 points to fully fill another branch. I don't think we get 24 plus the 36. No, we don't quite get enough to fully fill another branch, do we? Do I want to fully spec into another branch, or do I see maybe more value in something else? I don't know. I don't actually know where we're going to be spending this now. What are you doing? What's going on here, doggos? What are you nomming? Cardboard. Oh, where's my TSM window gone? I might weirdly put points into disenchanting. The only alternative is there anything interesting in here? Not really. Yeah, I might actually put points into disenchanting, you know. Is it 30, 60, 90, 120 to be fully tip-top at disenchanting? I mean, that will be useful eventually, won't it? Although, the fact that there's no monetary difference, realistically, between normal and high-quality anything, it's kind of like, eh. Maybe I do just spec into more. Another branch of enchants. I haven't got... See, this is the thing. Any form of, like, mass crafting, I have a fair amount of... Oh, I don't know. Oil's kind of profitable sometimes. Problem with the oil is it would mean I have to make a multi-craft tool, which is not something I think I'm going to do. We might just start filling out. We might just fill out the rest of this tree. We're doing enchants, we might as well do enchants, you know. We're already at patch 2.5 prices for a lot of stuff. The yeah, I mean, when we were looking through the alpha and when we were looking through the beta, it was very clear that prices for stuff were eventually going to end up being very cheap. Like, I always said that season 1 would still be, you know, season 1 will still do its thing for goal making, but I definitely went into the expansion with the thought that stuff will crash like real hard, real fast. Because there's just not anything to hold up the prices of anything, really. Frustratingly so. I'm honestly still kind of surprised that they let it go live with the shuffle for engineering. The fact that you can make the fact that Evercores are like 4 gold a piece is kind of bananas. $14 more. Are we actually going to need more flipping things to disenchant? Did I empty the mailbox? Surely I didn't empty the mailbox. Was that all 100 of those? Oh, Lord have mercy, it was. Okay, well, it turns out you only get about 30% chance of a powder then. Alright, well, I'm not going to start going and crafting more. We'll just learn these and call it a day on that. Imagine they bring in some sort of recipe next major patch that uses Evercores. Gonson, you're trying to find yourself another reason to spend 30 mil, aren't you? I mean, I don't have much hope that they're going to do any additional stuff for crafting, but I do still think they'll cook something. They'll cook something up for sure, but it might not just be... Yeah, because they've done that the last couple of expansions. They've cooked something, it's just not necessarily been directly attached to the crafting professions. So it's just going to be quite fun to see what it is. You know, we had Mechanica in the Undermine patch in 11.1. Had Nax in the Tier 2. Lamented Crusader pieces. You know, there's usually something that's new and interesting and you can profit from. There's usually something. Which one of these do I think I care for more? Some points there. Put some points there. I might actually put the next points in here just to unlock stuff. Silly as that sounds, but just to unlock the recipes. There we go. Season 1's the profession bit, the other seasons are for playing the content and low drip profits. Well, season 1 is, you know, when you can take full advantage of the crafting professions because it's a full reset. Can you imagine if they did something that enabled the equivalent of a full reset, you know, each season for crafting? It would be wild. But, you know, the only reason why season 1 is so good is for the fact that there's new materials, new recipes, you have to level everything up, you've got everything else to be doing at the same time. You know, it's the perfect storm for goal making. And it's entirely predicated on the fact that most players don't want to be doing any of that. They want to be doing something else, right? All of the shiny stuff is so good at the beginning of an expansion that everybody wants to do everything and nobody really wants to spend time doing this. But if you do enjoy playing with the professions and you also want to make a bunch of gold, season 1 is always the season to do it in. You just got to hope that with season 2 and season 3, Blizzard add or change enough to keep there being new reason to poke around in them. The frustration is that if the last 2 expansions are anything to go by, then you shouldn't be too hopeful for anything additional to the crafting systems. It's more of a case of what's going to be the new thing in the new zone that's worth chasing or farming, or, you know. If you spent all of Legion Remix doing your alt army, you start, if you haven't already, trying to figure out ways that you can... What's the time limited thing that's very, very rewarding, but in small doses that you could maybe do 500 times on alts, or, you know. Blizzard isn't really incentivized to balance the economy. I mean, other than the token, they're not incentivized to have much control over it, and I think they do a good job of, like, standing back and letting the player-driven economy be player-driven. They don't have to do too much to, you know, they They control roughly the amount of materials you can obtain, and then they control roughly how much gold goes out of the game with things like, you know, vendor price, like keeping control over vendor shuffles and stuff. But for the most part, they, you know, they have hands off. And the more natural the economy feels, and the more player driven it is, the more the token then, you know, the value of the token is fairly representative of what's going on in game. This is their incentive. The only thing Blizzard really wants to make sure is that the token price doesn't go up too high or doesn't go down too low. They want to keep it relatively normalized so that it's stable enough so that people know that, or have confidence in buying into the token system from either direction, either changing gold for game time or for Blizzard balance. And they also want other people to know that they can take $20 out their pocket and buy a token, not knowing that the token will be worth like twice the price. You know, you'll get twice as much gold the day after. This is why they don't want too heavy waves in the token. Up or down 20% is fine, but they never want the token to like double in price overnight or something. That's what they really don't want. But imagine doing your abundance maxing and then crafting an item you already had. Oof, please tell me you didn't do that. Oh no. That would be painful. That would be very painful. I need to go do some dun-dun. I need to do dun-duns on this character. Voidstorm dun-duns. I'm tempted to go do some quick Voidstorm dun-duns. Although, I am also tempted to go get some food. Which I think is actually the smarter play. I know I started the stream a little bit earlier today, so unfortunately we're going to be finishing the stream a little bit earlier as well, I think. But I've been up earlier, so I'm hungry. I need me some food. Boys and girls, I think I'm going to leave it there before I start doing something else and get distracted for another 4 hours. Chat, thank you very much for stopping by today. I appreciate it. We'll have the flipping of the void stuff, the incursions and the rituals will flip on reset this week. The later part of this week's a little bit weird because it's the 1st of May. 1st of May is a reasonably big deal in Finland. We have some family coming over on the 1st of May, which is Friday, right? Is it Friday? The 1st of May this year, Friday? Yeah. This is going to mean that there won't be a regular streaming schedule towards the end of the week. Yeah, 1st of May is Friday. It should be relatively normal up until Friday, but there won't be a stream on Friday then. I can tell you that much. So this week's going to be a little bit weird, a little bit all over the place. But bear with us, bear with us. Come say hi on the Discord if you're not there already. Thank you very much for lurking today. Thank you very much for the discussions today. I greatly appreciate it. I hope the start of your week goes just as well. Yeah. I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll catch you all in a bit. Peace.